4 months ago, I moved to Malaysia to help me achieve my goals, but I've been slacking, which has stopped me from achieving 2 of my 3 goals that I set 6 months ago. Now, I have 3 options. 1, be hard on myself, call myself a failure. 2, show myself some love and say, yes, it's okay, you tried, don't worry, keep trying. Or option number 3, take a deep look at what I've been doing over the last 4 months, see what caused me to fail, implement some changes so I can reach my goals in the next 3 months. Option 1 doesn't achieve anything. Option 2 will get me the same results, but option 3 will allow me to see where I messed up, what I was doing wrong, and what I need to do going forward. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because sometimes we get so frustrated, we get so caught up with trying to get results that we ignore what we're doing. We don't want to look at what's happened. We just want to keep pushing forward until we get the results that we want. But the problem with that is if you keep doing the same thing, you will end up getting the same results. That's why sometimes you've just got to stop, take a break, and look at what you've been doing for the past few months and see where you can improve. When I finally sat down to see why I didn't achieve my goals, I saw 2 major problems. Number 1, the lack of focus. Number 2, I was focusing on the wrong things. Our brains are fried from the constant stimulation that we get online. That's why we've lost the ability to sit down and focus on those important tasks. So when we hit that wall or that mental block, instead of pushing through to get the results that we want, we choose to tidy our room, check our emails, even scroll on our phone. But the problem with this is it can trick your brain to think you're being productive. Just picture this. I was waking up at 7 a.m., jumping onto my desk at 8 a.m., working till midday, then heading to the gym, coming home, cooking a bit of food, then getting back to work for another 3 hours, then going out for dinner, coming back and working for another 2 hours. Now you would think with that routine I must have been smashing out work, but unfortunately I fell into that trap of thinking I was working when all I was doing is bouncing from one job to another. Due to the lack of focus, it was taking me 5 days to complete a task that should have only taken me 1 day. That's why I implemented these changes, and within 48 hours, the difference was unreal. I started to become a lot more conscious of my actions. Instead of just opening my emails, or if I felt the urge to just get up off my desk and do something else, I would ask myself, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Is this helping you to achieve your goals? I would sit there and question myself. I would continue to question myself and say, is this action gonna really help you get what you want? If you get up off your desk now, is it going to help you to complete your task? By doing this, it would make me think about my actions and what I'm about to do next, and make me realize those actions are going to take me away from my goals and stop me from getting the results I want. Also, it's going to kill my productivity. By questioning my actions, it reminded me of what I needed to do. Sometimes when we're just sitting there and we're struggling, we look for other things to do. We look for distractions. And we just jump into that action without being conscious, without thinking about it. But once you start to question what you're doing, something will click in your mind and you'll think, why am I doing this? Just by becoming a little bit more conscious of my actions, it would stop me from wasting so much time and doing something that would take me away from those important tasks. But also it'll bring your focus back onto the important task, the thing you should be working on. When I re-implemented this back into my life, I stopped spending the whole day doing non-important tasks. I was able to sit down 3 hours in the morning and focus, and I was able to achieve more in those 3 hours than I was achieving in 3 days. This technique also helps when your mind starts to wander. So I'm currently getting a suit made in Malaysia, and sometimes my mind starts to drift and think, did I choose the right design? Did I choose the right color? Did I choose the right tailor? When my mind starts to shift onto those thoughts, I think, Yaza, Are these thoughts helping you to complete your task, achieve your goals, make your financial dreams a reality? When I answer no to all those questions, I forget about the suit and I force my focus back onto the task. When I do this, I'm able to continue to concentrate. It's so easy for your mind to wander, but sometimes you have to take control. And if you question what you're doing or what you're thinking, it will make you realize that these things are taking you away from your goals, which will help to bring your focus back onto those important tasks. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to improve your focus, but you also have to become a lot more conscious of your thoughts and your actions, because they will either be taking you away from your goals or bringing you closer to them. It's very important that you become a lot more conscious over the coming months so you can achieve everything that you want. You got to remember, you as a man have to take control of your life. No one's going to help you. And if you become a lot more conscious, you will stop wasting time and start to focus on those important things. Another thing you want to do is become comfortable with doing nothing. We are so used to being plugged in or always having something with us that when we do nothing, we struggle. For example, how many times have you guys gone to the toilet, but instead of heading straight there, you ended up grabbing your phone or looking for your phone because you just don't want to sit there in silence for a couple of minutes? Listen, I'm guilty of this too, but this inability to deal with doing nothing or to deal with boredom is causing you to fail and is stopping you from focusing on those important tasks. Because some of the most important tasks can be so boring, but also may require you just to do nothing, just to sit there and think. But if you're unable to do that for 5, 10, 15, 20, even 30 minutes, you won't achieve the things that you want. That's why it's so important that you become comfortable with doing nothing or even being bored. And I struggled to do this until I implemented these 4 steps. Number 1, as soon as I wake up, I don't go on my phone. I make my bed, open up my curtains, and just sit at the end of my bed, and I let my thoughts run wherever they want. I take this time to just breathe a little bit and just get my mind set up for the rest of the day. If I have the urge, which I do, to go on my phone, I say no. This time is just for me to concentrate on my thoughts, let my thoughts run wild, and to train my brain that I don't need my phone in my life. I can live without my phone. By doing this for 15 minutes in the morning, it's changed my life. Number 2, every time I go to the bathroom, I make sure I don't have my phone with me. When I'm sitting on the bog, I just use that time to realize but also think. And it'll be crazy what ideas come to you while you're in the bathroom. By doing this, you're training your brain that you don't need your phone every second of the day. Number 3, when you sit down to eat, don't go on your phone. Just focus on your food. This will stop you from overeating. It'll actually help with your digestion. And more importantly, you'll start to enjoy your food. Number 4, turn off all technology at least 45 minutes before bed. It'll help you to get a better night's sleep. And when you have a good night's sleep, you can focus so much more in the morning. Try one of these steps today, then add another step every day. You'll be shocked how much more free and also how much more clear your mind feels by spending less time on your phone. It's crazy how every opportunity we get, we jump onto our phones. But it's destroying our mindset, it's destroying our focus, and it's destroying the ability to work. So take some steps to spend less time on your phone and start to focus on those important things. Another thing that I'm doing is forcing my brain to work. As harsh and as crazy as it sounds, it actually works. On those days when I sit at my desk and nothing is happening, instead of finding something else to do, I will sit there and tell my brain there is no other option but to complete this task. Even if I don't do anything, I still sit there until something happens. If nothing happens that day, which is very unlikely, I'll do the same again the next day, and I would continue to do this until things happen. Our brains are a little bit crazy because they know they can escape the hard work by doing other things. You avoid doing those tasks. But if you give your brain no other option, it will start to come up with ideas and start to produce things you never thought of. I know it sounds extreme, but when your brain has other options, it will always choose the easier one. That's why you have to remove all other options, and the only option is to work because your brain has different gears. And just like a car, sometimes you can get stuck in first gear. Every time you set off, you stall. But once you master that clutch control and get off in first gear, going through the other gears is so much easier. That's why you can't give up as soon as you stall. Because if you continue to practice something, you will become better at it. Once you get past first gear and build some momentum, you go from 5 miles per hour to 120 miles per hour. Sometimes you just have to force yourself to do the hard things. You also need to start setting some deadlines for your tasks. Before, I was working 7 days a week, just pissing about, not getting really much done. I thought because I'm working, that's good enough. But all I was doing is wasting a lot of time. Now I've set deadlines. In the morning, I give myself 3 hours to complete a task. And if I don't complete that task in 3 hours, I tell myself I can't work on this till the next day. By giving myself that deadline, it makes me work harder, it's improved my focus, and I'm achieving so much in that short period of time. Without deadlines, you will drift, you will daydream, you will find other things to do. But when you put a deadline on something, you will start to focus on that task and you will stop doing those non-important tasks like checking your emails or tidying your room or doing something stupid like scrolling on your phone. Deadlines are very important for achieving your goals, but also improving your focus. I'd also recommend you making a schedule just to make everything easier and save some mental energy throughout the day. You can write what time you're going to work, what time you're going to gym, what time you're going to eat, what time you're going to see your friends. This will make life so much easier, but also it'll allow you to focus on those important tasks. Another thing you want to do is make sure your desk is clear so there's no distractions on there. And if you can, don't work in your bedroom. Create a separate room where you work and it will make all the difference to your focus. Now, if you need any help or you want to work directly with me, the link's in the description. And if you want 5 habits that will help you as a man, you might want to click here.